Discover balance and inner harmony with our online and in-person mind, body and soul connection sessions through movement and finding joy in nature. Please join us on a journey of self-discovery and rejuvenation as we guide you through ancient practices that harmonize the mind, body and spirit. Happy New Year! Happy 2025. I am so honored to bring to you the series of InJoyFull Flo, opulent, intelligence, invigorated, upgrading sessions for bringing in the new year with such a beautiful frequency, but also to help us not fall back to sleep. I know they say once you're awake in the spiritual field and the awaken tribe, that it's hard to go back to sleep, but that's not the case. When you're in dense environments and you're surrounded by people that aren't necessarily on the path or soul seeking or doing the work, it can be very, very, very easy to fall back to sleep. And I personally have been on this path for over a decade, and I have gone up and down and up and down and gone through the motions of being awake, falling back to sleep, going deeper into the ocean to dive deeper to find even more pieces of my soul and come back even more invigorated. So it is all perfect and just so aligned with how it should be, because it's not linear, this world, this path, this road that we're on. It's in a spiral and we're flying through space on this global of love in an upward motion to find the truth of who we are and connect to who we are. And that's what this is all about. It's a human experience, a journey of the self, through the self, to the self, to find the true self. And so if we detach from our true soul to come into this human experience, which is a lower density, then the only thing we're doing is scraping back the dense layers to go back to our true north, which is the truth of who we are. I think of it as energetics in a worldly sense. There's the north, east, south, west, and the north is the true north pole where you want to be heading towards, and the east, like the eastern philosophies and the mindset, is true wisdom, and it's quite lost in today's Western world of a very, very, very dense and south side sleepy state. So think about heading to your true north in an easterly wind, and that's where your path will be, and that's where I'm on currently, trying to just be who I was designed in my most authentic state to be, and that's the true soul seeking me as I am seeking that completion of who I am designed to be in this realm of thought. So without further ado, I would love to just introduce you to Yahweh, the breath of life. And for anybody who hasn't heard the term Yahweh, it's the Hebrew name for God. And some people may or may not believe in God or the word God. It's been thrown around quite a lot. And it's got some negative connotations to it, granted. And so for me, God is everything. Everything is God, and we are God. We're in God, we're seeking God, and we're just in a lower dense form so that God can experience God's self in different varieties, like a drop in the ocean. So many different drops in one ocean, many different soul signatures to make this experience of consciousness experiencing consciousness so beautiful, so divine, so that we can dance together and dance each other home and actually remember the truth of who we are. And it just becomes that joyous energy when you remember the truth. So when we're asleep, you can be lost in fear and all the dense energies that are in that sleepy state. You're just like a human, like trying to survive. Or you can wake up and be that playful, joyful kitten that knows that you're immortal. This is all an experience. This body vessel is temporary, and we're on a temporary experience as this egoic state identity. But it's not this, we don't die. Nothing dies, it just transforms and moves on to a different form, which is our true whole self, and then we get to experience it in a different form. And for those of you that have died unto yourself in this human form and witnessed the rebirth and the growth that happens with the death and rebirth in this human vessel, then you will know how miraculous it all is. And for those of you that have yet to witness that, through these sessions that I'm going to be holding, I would love to navigate that space with you. I would like to kind of explore being a life and death doula, because I've witnessed life and death so many times, reoccurring, grounding, growing, and it's been a really beautiful process for me to witness and integrate myself. And I'm by no means a master, but I'm definitely a student attaining self-mastery, and I'd love to just grow and share with you all as we go. So without further ado, I'll get into just a little brief technique of what I do to ground every morning and what I'm committing myself to do, so that I don't fall asleep in anybody else's dense energy or modern day culture, or get taken away by the southwesterly wind, which is the going downward spiral in a Western culture way. I want to make sure I'm going to my true north in the Eastern philosophy standards of awakening, being true, being connected. And it's as simple as that. If you think of yourself in a dualistic life experience, human experience, we're either going onwards and upwards, or we're going downwards and spiraling down. It's the 6 and the 9. It's how cancer is formed in the body, and I'll go into much more of that as we progress on. There's so many layers and so much depth, but I just wanted to give you a little intro today, just to show you a little way of how we can connect in the morning to our true and highest and innermost beautiful and divine soulful self. So get ready, get prepared, get yourself a little yoga mat or a space, get yourself into some comfy clothes. Yeah, make sure you won't be interrupted for the next 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll make some beautiful harmonic resonance internally, externally, in our homes, clean house, clean our external environment, and start our day in the most beautiful experience, existence, and exponential growth with YHWH, which is the breath of life. Okay, so you've got yourself comfortable in some comfy gear, and you've cleared the space, and you've made sure you've got at least 15 to 20 minutes on your own to have a little bit of stillness. And what we want to do is we really want to focus on the breath. The breath, first and foremost, is one of the most important functions of the body, the most. Without breath there wouldn't be life, which is obviously without Yahweh, without God, without the creation, without the pranic life force going through us and oxygenating our blood and allowing everything to work and flow smoothly, there just wouldn't be this beautiful human experience. So we have to honor the breath. The breath really does take precedence over everything. And so when we're in yogic philosophy or we're exercising, the movement should follow the breath, and the breath should be leading the show. So we want to make sure that we really are comfortable with the flow of the prana coming in and out of the body. So we're just going to do some simple breaths to start with. So get yourself comfortable. I'm on my knees at the moment because I'm actually going to go into the breath of fire, the Kapalbhati, which is an amazing technique that I learned in India when I was doing my yoga teacher training many moons ago. And it's honestly one of the most beautiful pranic exercises, pranayama exercises that I learned, and it literally has transformed my way of being and breathing. And to be honest, I don't do it enough, and I'm here to keep myself accountable with you all. So as much as I'm here to help anybody who wants to pick up the message I'm laying down, this is really a beautiful reminder for me as well, to remember all of the techniques that I've learned over the years and to really utilize them. So without further ado, we'll just sit in a relaxed position. You can sit with your knees crossed and just sit comfortably. I'm on my knees because I'm going to go into Kapalbhati, but some people might have some knee issues, so you know yourself better than anybody, so just gauge what's comfortable for you. And let your Buddha belly hang, literally let all the Christmas put, let it all hang, and just be so comfortable in your skin. If I'm one to talk, I've felt very uncomfortable in my skin for so long because I've honestly just been behind the computer for the whole year, studying mental health therapy, and I don't feel like I've got the right balance of getting out. It's been full-time on the computer, online, at home. There's been a few trips where we've gone on country and out to bush, but other than that, I've been very keyboard based. I've had to see my chiro to help get me into the position, and I'm getting back into my yoga now. I've gone into the yoga master teacher training, which is 1600 hours. So let's breathe together, breathe through it, and get rid of the Christmas podge or any stagnant energy that's in your body, just through taking some beautiful deep belly breaths in. So deep breath in through the nose, allow the belly to fill, and then exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale. Deep breath in through the nose, and we can go into Ujjayi breath, which is like an ocean breath, which is really sounded through the throat. So you deep breath in through the throat, and you can really hear it. So you can just breathe in through the whole extremities of your nostrils, your throat, and really breathe in as though you are breathing in the sound of the ocean, and exhale. It's like a really beautiful closing of the back of the throat and allowing you to have this Ujjayi, like ocean sounding breath that really draws in and out a lot more toxins than your usual breath. So take a deep breath in, really closing of the larynx, this area, and then, I don't know if you can hear, but it's very peaceful, because it does sound like the ocean, and it does bring you back to balance, and it does clear on a very, very deep cellular level. So we'll go into more depth with all of these. I'm literally just going to do a quick remembrance and a reminder to myself as I'm intuiting this coming through, and we'll build on it as we go, because I, to be honest, have not fully practiced and done my deep practice for a while. So we're learning together again, like reborn, baby steps together. I'm just kind of asking divine flow to come through and transmute and transmission from this vessel what might be needed for the people that are watching, and I definitely need to remember. So that was just a beautiful reminder of Ujjayi breath, and the breath of fire is next. So we've done just plain, beautiful, nourishing belly breaths. And sometimes when we shallow breath, it can cause anxiety. So a lot of people just breathe into this area, like, and it can cause anxiety because you're not getting the full depth. So you want to just breathe into the belly, expand the belly, breathe it out. You can also count, so you can breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. You can hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then so on. So you can really get your box breaths in, you can get your counting, your flowing. There are so many breathing exercises out there. I'll be bringing definitely new ones that I'm going to be exploring, and ones that I need to get more in depth into. But that's definitely coming up on every single one. I'm going to do a definite focus on breathing. Yeah, like I said, it's very, very important. And the Kapalbhati, so the breath of fire, is one that I used to wake up to. It's good for digestion, and it's good for before eating food to get the juices flowing, and it's good for after as well, which is amazing. So you can use it either way. Be very gentle after food, obviously, because you're going to be full. But let's just do one where we are just waking up And this is our morning practice, and we're just going to start with some beautiful, nourishing, oxygenating breaths to ourselves whilst we've been healing overnight and been a bit stagnant. We want to just get some fresh oxygen through. A lot of people just go straight for something, some kind of external fix, whatever that may be, coffee, breakfast. Breath should be first and foremost, just to kind of cleanse everything. And then you've got, you know, your prayed water, your high vibe water, which we'll be going into on other shows and sessions together. And a lot of beautiful nourishing movement and soul medicine and music first things in the morning. So let's get our Ujjayi breath going again. Get some rolls of the shoulders and deep ocean breath. And we're gonna lick our lips. Take a normal clearing breath. Let it all out, let it hang out, let the Buddha belly do its thing. Now with Kapalabhati, with the breath of fire, you want to start from a really relaxed belly that we've drawn the energy in, and it's a forced exhalation. So it's like, put your hand in front of your mouth and cough. It's like that, you're gonna feel. So it looks like this when we're doing it through the mouth. There's other ways, which we'll go into. So you wanna just make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Best to be on your knees with your hands on your knees and arms slightly straightened, with a little bit of an elbow dip, not too overextended. Relax the belly, take a deep breath in. And on 20 there, lick your lips. It's good to have a bit of water by you. I haven't got one, but I'm also reminding myself of this whole beautiful practice. Now I'm starting to feel the dizzy, beautiful, warm energy going around my body because I've just oxygenated my cells and they are so happy. But bear in mind, if you're new to this, you might get lightheaded. You might even start feeling a headache because we are made of 70,000 energy channels. They're called nadis. And they're basically, we're vascular beings, we're tubular beings. So there's a tube that goes into everything. And when one of these is blocked, we can get a headache, we can get dis-ease, a tumor can form. And it's just because the central nervous system is overwhelmed. There's a lot going on and we can get blocked and we can't really clear out this energy, either through lack of movement, lack of breath, lack of electrical neurons wiring and firing in the right places, and just a block and stagnation in the blood, in the interstitial fluid, and in the lymphatic drainage system. So don't forget, we're predominantly water, and so we've got the blood and the lymph fluid, which make up the main fluids of the body, and we want to just make sure that we're flowing in free, full flow. And so the pranic life force and removing stagnation with the breath like this really allows stagnation to move. So if you've got a little bit of headache or you feel a bit lightheaded, just praise the Lord that you're clearing out really stagnant energy that could have formed something a bit nasty down the line. So if you're doing this every morning, imagine you're clearing your body with your pranic life force frequency, just through the intention, the love, the pure destination of being the best, brightest, lightest version of yourself. You're gonna have a happier and joyous life, which is why I created InJoyFull Flo, because I noticed how hard it was for me sometimes to get up and moving and be magnetic and happy and joyful when outside extremities seemed to be suffocating me, or other people's energy, what I would put it as, to when I didn't realize it was just my lack of boundaries and also not loving myself to not put myself in certain situations. You know, you have to just take care and take hold of the body and the mind and the soul and look after yourself. And so if you're putting into practices every single day a spiritual movement, energetic, harmonious practice for yourself every morning, you are telling your body and every single cell that you love yourself so much and you just want the best for yourself. Because for every day that you don't, you're just dwindling down. Like I said previously, you're going south towards the westerly culture because you're probably on the sofa scrolling. You know, you might have had a takeaway the night before, you might have you might wake up feeling sluggish, and we're just coming out of Christmas, so everyone's eating a lot and there's been, you know, overdrive of food and celebrations and maybe not as much movement and joyous, harmonious inside navigation as we would usually be doing. So it's just about making sure that for every time that we've not done a connection to our soul, we make sure that we do it the next day, or we just remind ourselves and not to continue the downward spiral into the southerly winds of the Western culture, taking us downwards into deep despair under the ocean and asleep and in lack of like full flow consciousness. We want to go up to the true north, go over to the east, and just have a little awakening epiphany every morning with some of the practices that the Eastern philosophies have really generated. And then what you want to do once you've got through that easterly wind is you come back to true north, where it's just you and your soul, because you've gone through all the layers of this human experience and emotions, and through the rainbow of the colors and the frequencies that we're here to experience and navigate. Then you get to true blue, and then you're just true north, you're just your star, you're just your true solar flare pole of everything that you were meant to be, and you're downloading your soul's, your true soul signature. So that's where we're going. So with Kapalbhati, it allows for that to happen in the morning, because you're not stagnating and going downwards. So it's a big deal, the breath. It's really a big deal. And I'm just reminding myself now, I've had a year, like I said, studying and not really connecting. And I mean, I've had my yoga master's course, I kid you not, for like 6 months to a year waiting for me to start. And granted, I've been doing mental health therapy and launching self-love salons in schools for teens, and I've just started a radio station. So I've not been doing nothing, I'm not productive, but that's all well and good, doing all this external you know, productivity and creating, but the true soul is inside, and the body vessel is the home of the soul. And so we have to connect in every day. And so this is my year for connecting into my soul, asking my soul in the morning what my soul wants, and my soul wants to breathe. So we'll do the next one of the Kapalbhati, and it's through the nose, and it looks like this. So don't forget, relax your body. If you're feeling like there's some electrical pulses going through your legs and you're getting pins and needles, if you can bear it for a bit, because it's quite nice to kind of get a different flow of energy and also block energy, and then like we'll bash it out after. But if not, sit in a different way. You want to clear your breath, lick your lips, take a clearing breath, let the Buddha belly hang out. Now we're going to do it through the nose. So you take a big deep belly breath in. So I hope you got that. It's still that same expression, but with the nose. It's like the forced exhalation that manages to clear the body, the pathways, the nadis, the energy channels. And I'm starting to feel the dizziness because I haven't done this properly for a while. So we're just all starting here. If you're starting afresh, then I kind of feel like I'm there too right now, because I really haven't been keeping up with this practice. So that's why I wanted to keep myself accountable, and I'm starting to feel the dead energy on my feet now. So if you are, what we do is we twist to the side and we give it a little bash, and then we sit onto our toes. So what you do is just bend your toes over, sit onto them. Let me see if you can see this. This is all new for me again, so bear with everyone. Getting my professional hands on again. So So you just want to sit, you want to spread your toes open, and then you want to kind of rock back and sit your weight onto it. Now this might be a lot, but if you have not stretched these muscles between your toes ever, this is going to hurt, and then you just bash it out. Whoa, you can feel the pins and needles. This is amazing. This is new blood flowing, energy. Push through the discomfort and tell your body a different story. Tell your body this is a different feeling, and even healing has a feeling. And we'll do it one more time. Tuck your toes under, sit your body weight back, push down as much as you can. If you can do this every day, imagine this muscle never gets stretched. This is going to affect the way you walk, move, talk, hold yourself. It's honestly, it's a big deal. Imagine if you don't do this ever in your life, how stagnant this part of your body will be, and how the rest of your body will not feel as supported or stable or solid. And then bash it out one more time. Woo! Okay, so we have now the third round, which can be whichever one you gelled with the most of Kapalbhati. So you can either interchange it, you can go a bit faster, you can do it through your nose or through your mouth, whatever gelled with you. I personally am just going to intuit it and see what happens, and I'm going to go a bit faster, and I'm going to do about 30 this time. So see how you feel, see what flows, and do it in your own divine time. But get yourself comfortable, roll your shoulders back, put your hands on your knees, straighten your arms, lick your lips, take a deep clearing breath, and away you go. Deep breath in. Wow, so beautiful, so cleansing, so energizing. I just suggest that you allow your body now to move however it's asking to be moved. My body is definitely asking for some stretching, just to move that energy through the body. You can do some cat and cows, which if you're not familiar with cat and cows, just come to a tabletop position. You can tuck your toes, and you just sink the body and lift up the chin. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Squeeze it all out into a cat, and then move. It works with my like 2 to 5 year olds that I teach yoga to at Montessori, so I'm not sure if you're there, but meow, it's all fun and games. It's all about joy. That's why I call it InJoyFull Flo. Now allow your body to flow however it wants. And come and take a seat. Wow. So that was the first bit of yoga I've done today, and I really felt it was as well. So in future, as I come back into full swing of teaching, I'm definitely going to be much more lubed up so that I can give you more. But I thought I only wanted to do 20 minutes of breathing, to be honest, and it just took me into that, and it just felt so right and so beautiful. So that's just a tiny way to start the day. Imagine if you're doing that every day and then you're building on that. Imagine in a year's time where you're going to be, like flexibility, strength, mindset. You're just going to be feeling so amazing about yourself. And I love intuiting sessions. I mean, like for the past month, I've been doing a couple of sessions a week with my little sister online on Zoom. And do you know what? It really brought me back into my love for helping people, because it keeps me accountable, and I love it, and I intuit it, and it comes through. And it was just, well, it was for us, it was like sister bonding time, but also it was just like, wow, it was an inspiration for us to see that just a 20-minute quick Zoom call before she dashed off to work and I went off to do all my things. I just felt so much different with the connectivity. But also she was like, well, she inspired me to start this, to be honest, so big props to you, Holly, thank you. She said, Candice, this is more than like a yoga or a stretching session. She's like, this is mental health therapy. And I feel like my mental health certification has really infused into my yoga and all of the different holistic therapies that I've learned. It really does fuse into everything. So it's going to be a very blended learning session. It's going to be intuitive. So in my personal opinion, with all the soul searching and soul seeking that I've done, and deep diving into my soul and asking who is the creator of all of this magnificence, who do I give thanks to, who am I talking to inside my soul, who's the voice that talks back to me? Because I saw a video of KRS-One, I don't know if you've heard of him, amazing hip-hop guy. He shared a video of just like saying to say something to yourself like, I love myself, and then saying it inside without saying it. And it's like, well, who's saying that and who's listening? You know, so it's like, well, knowing that you can speak and listen and see, if you think about your dreamscape and if you meditate and you can see visions, if you can think, speak and see without the vessel, without the body, and that you know because you've just proved it to yourself, because you heard something and you said something, and if you shut your eyes and imagine something, no doubt you'll be able to see something eventually. And we dream and all the things, then you know that you don't actually need the body vessel. The body vessel is like a vehicle for feeling and experiencing and navigating this realm, this 3D realm. So then you know that your soul is absolutely immortal. And obviously the dying flesh and, you know, the life cycle and the spans of life, it's a temporary vessel, it's a toy for our soul to play with and explore with, and then that brings a joyous, harmonious energy. But obviously, like anything, there's the balance and there's the law of order, and there's the duality, and there's risk involved. If you're playing on a southerly westerly wind, so you're going downward spiraling towards the western sickness culture in most part, or you're going up to true north, which is the true star in heaven, which is where we all should be rising to our true conscious point of grace, and then heading over maybe to the easterly winds to get some eastern philosophy. That's where I like to dwell. So I see things as that magnetized state. So where is our thought space and our mindscape? What frame of mind are we in? Are we going north or are we going south? So there's only like two ways to go. You can either go north, south, east, west. You've got the four spectrums, but it's dualistic. So there's half and half. There's the black, the white, the love, the hate, the dark, the light, you know, everything has an opposite force. So in that being said, Yahweh being the breath of life, for me, you have one heaven if you're going upward in a northeasterly state, because you're trying to explore. So you're using your breath, you're using your body for the upward spiral. And then if you're going downwards and you're going maybe more towards the western culturescape and you're going to sleep because you're under the ocean, as opposed to being the peace, the owl, the bird, the dove, the love, then you have waged or weaned hell. And that's how I see it. I see everything as ergonomics and energetics, and just one way or the other. It's like, is life better with God, spirit, love, or is life better without? And I think that's where people are confusing it so much, because there's so many different opinions and it's so noisy here, and the mindscapes of billions and trillions of people and lifetimes and lifespans and energetics in the ether that we can't see, but it's all here, it's all imprinted, and it's all in the Akashic records, where we can go in and see every single thought and action that's ever been created is stamped and printed in time. So nothing goes unseen and nothing goes unremembered, but it all is a learning curve of how to get back to the one true soul, the one true voice of who we are. So I like to see it like this. I want to stay in the headspace of, am I true to myself? Am I my most true, high, authentic self? So am I starting my day reminding myself of to be connected to the true self inside with breath work, cleansing, nourishing, not taking on anybody else's energetics in the phonescape and scrolling and taking on any consumption, because what we're seeing with our eyes, we're hearing, we're speaking, like anything that we're surrounding ourselves with is directly affecting our energy body, our water body. We're mostly water. We're in an etheric state which we can't see, but everything is flowing through everything. Everything is just at a different vibratory field. So we just have to be very careful and mindful about who we're hanging with, what we're watching, what we're consuming, what we're eating. And then that also does predetermine if we go south or if we go north. So we're navigating. Our body is like a little navigational tool. It's like our boat, it's like our Ferrari for our soul. And we do have choice, we have freedom of choice. And so if we gaze inwards and use our breath to create, with you have one heaven. So when we know every time we're speaking, it's like Yahweh. Our breath is being used for heaven and not for hell. And so then everything around us will mimic that, because if we're in a toroidal field, and like the apple, if you see the energetics, I'm probably going a bit deep now for some, but I'm still learning, and I'm so fascinated by it all. But everything is a toroidal field, and the energy comes out and goes back in, and it just energizes like that. And so are you spreading hate, or are you spreading love? And is love coming back, like a reciprocal energy? It's like whatever you're giving out is coming back to you, right? So we're magnets. We're magnetizing ourselves to as above, so below, as within, so without. So be mindful of your speech. Be mindful of how you use your breath. You have one heaven, or you have waged hell. That to me is Yahweh. That to me is God. We are creator gods. We are created in his, her image to be able to be creator gods. And so the state of the world is a direct correlation, direct relation to the state of our minds and the state of our choices and the state of the energy fields that we're drowning in, because we're consuming the sickness culture. The people out there, you know, twerking and singing nonsense lyrics on really terrible like beats that bring down our vibration. You've just got to switch off. You've got to really have awareness, switch off. Everyone's on their learning path, and everyone's coming up at different like lengths and signs and times. But if you have an awareness of it, try not to keep entrapping your mind into low vibrational fields of people, thoughts, songs, and, you know, start getting yourself into like different frequencies, like different instruments, different people's vibes, tribes, and make your own music. Don't watch Culturescape. Definitely don't log into any of the sickness TV shows out there and things like that. I'll go into more of that down the track, but I just wanted to let you know that you are as equal to the 5 people you hang with, the energy you dwell in, the environment. You are a product of your environment, so be very mindful about who you're hanging with and what you are consuming and putting out into the world. Reciprocity is a real thing. So on that note, I'll just leave you with the notion that you are God. You are consciousness experiencing consciousness. But which one are you? Are you waging heaven, or are you waging hell? The fight between God and the devil is real. Devil being lived backwards, and evil being lived backwards. So are you living backwards, or are you living forwards, onwards and upwards? So what are you choosing in your everyday life? So start with a daily practice that reminds you that we're going onwards and upwards. We're going up with Yahweh in the most beautiful, profound and delightful way. And then you set your day in a really nice tone. You're attuning, you're atoning your day to magic, to create magic, to believe in magic, to be magic, and life does really give you back that wondrous energy. So there's so many layers to this awakening and staying above water experience. We're not drowning like drowning fish in other people's energy and other people's consciousness. We want to be the phoenix. We want to be the flying fish, the fish that remembers that it can fly and it can jump out of the ocean, and like this owl behind us has the wisdom, has the knowledge, has the knowing that it is the opulent intelligence of the Fibonacci sunflower ratio, the golden mean. Just remembering together that we are connected to something far greater than we've been led to believe in the current system that we're in. So I'm on a mission to remind myself daily, and I'm here to share these videos to keep myself accountable. And if anyone's on the journey too, feel free to like, share, subscribe. I had hoped to share these once a week, but I've just accepted a modern day Mary Poppins role as a fly-in, fly-out therapeutic carer, looking after beautiful Aboriginal babies and children who are in care homes in the Northern Territory of Australia. So super excited about that. It's definitely my big girl pan era, so I'll keep you posted. But yeah, like I said, it might be a bit hard to do these films when I've got a house full of kiddies and just navigating that new chapter. So bear with me, please. Just know that my intentions are so pure, and I really do want to get so much information out there for as many people as would like to receive it, but also for myself. I really want to put these out to keep myself accountable, keep my head above water, not be like a drowning fish in the emotion of the current culturescape, and to make sure that I am staying in such a high vibe, high frequency, just realizing that we can definitely fly and escape, and it all starts in the mind. It really does all start in the mind, and with our daily choices and daily spiritual practice. So that being said, moving forward, we'll be focusing on a lot of breath work, pranayamic breathing exercises, and then moving more into movement and the InJoyFull Flo beautiful practice that I've put together, which I'm excited to share with you. I've taught it now to so many different people all around the world, and my favorite was teaching it to 2 to 5 year olds at schools. They just really, they lap it up, because also I can bring much more joyous energy into it. So I'm fusing many of the different modalities that I've used, and also the experience I've used with many different ages, just tapping into the joy inside of all of us, because all of us have that inner child inside that just wants to come out, be seen, be heard, play, see the beauty of it all, and not get too bogged down by the culture, the fear, other people's beliefs, and the systems that are in place to keep us playing small in a system so that we're cogs in the wheel. I no longer want to be that cog, and I'd like to also help other people break free and create a world that is just full of love and joy and laughter and so much freedom. So if you're with me, join me. It won't probably be every week right now, but I will build up to as much as I can, and I'll film as soon as I can. I have many different things in the pipeline. I'm starting a radio station show with Groove London. It's Sunday mornings, 8 AM till 10 AM, and it's everything my soul just wants to express. And if you have anything your soul wants to express, whether it be musically, poetically, if you sing, if you share music, if you love to DJ, if you make music, anything that can be shared or broadcasted on the airwaves, please message me, hit me up. It's as much my platform as it is yours. We are all one soul, one tribe. So I'll be happy to share your talents, your soul, and create a ground for you to launch from, because I'm really launching off of the belief of God, of Yahweh, of this beautiful inner knowing, this guidance of my soul, this intuition. And so I'm happy to be a leverage and a catalyst for you too. So feel free to share anything with me. I'm hosting a retreat in Hawaii for some beautiful queens. It's women only this time, but it's at the beautiful Hale Akua Eco Village retreat in Maui. We will be exploring the beautiful, mystical, magical Maui and seeing the sacred sites, the waterfalls. We'll be staying at an eco village, so we'll be doing some gardening and going to basics, loving ourselves from inside out, nourishing our souls, making beautiful food, art, creating many different artist modalities together, and moving and dancing and chanting and mantras. I've just hired the most amazing chef Panda, who is going to be creating the most amazing plant-based meals for us every day. When we're not exploring the island, we'll be at the beautiful eco village, and there's one-on-one healings, there's dancing sessions, therapy sessions, there's cacao, blue lotus rituals that we'll be doing, and there's so much. I want to pack as much as I can into the week together. So if that floats your boat, that's the 5th to the 11th of May, and I'll be staying either side. So if you want a little bit of extra time with me, let me know, and I will be happy to accommodate and set something up. What else? Got the radio station, got this yoga hopefully every other week now, and yeah, the Hawaiian beautiful retreat. So if you'd like to connect, please connect on all my new channels. Like I said, I have changed all my Facebook and Instagram, all my social media portals, because I've been promoting many different brands and many other people's souls for the past decade with pure intention and pure love, and just, you know, with wanting to help. But my soul never got listened to, and she wants to dance, she wants to play, she wants to create. And so here I am channeling her beautiful divine energy, which is coming from source. So everything that I say and I share is intuited, and it comes straight from just pure love, and I make sure I come in with prayer and intention with what is necessary to come through at this point in time. So it's never going to be really planned or have any undertone to it, apart from what is coming through me. And I'm definitely in a beautiful, pure place to know and trust myself and my resonance, definitely after the past decade of going through so much turmoil and trauma, as we all have, learning healthy boundaries, learning to love myself like never before, and then coming back to my pure soul and knowing that it's all just beautiful love and there's nothing to fear. We just have to remember the truth about who we are, and so that's what I'm here to do, help myself remember and anybody else who'd like to remember. So I will leave it there. It's been a beautiful session. Thank you so much. It will be very different every single time. So if you want some diversity in your life and you'd like to tune in with me, I'll be very happy to accommodate you in any way I can. Thank you so much for joining. I love you so much. Happy 2025. It's going to be the best year ever. I feel it. I have such a good feeling about this year. Mwah. Please join us on a journey of self-discovery and rejuvenation as we guide you through ancient practices that harmonize the mind, body and spirit. And if for any reason you're not able to join us in person in nature, we can bring the nature to you, where we will bring InJoyFull Flo into your home. So please get in contact and ask us how we can come to you if you can't make it to us. Sending you so much love, and thank you for joining us. We're looking forward to being in joyful flow with you.